I'm here with Ramona Smart, owner of Smart Insurance Agency located in Woodland Hills. Mona is going to answer a few questions for us today to help homeowners when shopping for a new insurance policy or renewing an existing one. First, let's start with what's happening today. Mona, what are you and your clients seeing as the biggest problem in your industry?
The industry as a whole is going through major changes as far as California is concerned. I'm sure as you are feeling in your pocketbooks with inflation and the cost of insurance, everything is going up. Well, the carriers are also feeling the losses as well as the profitability issues. So in turn, lots of carriers are leaving California, and it is shrinking the market, which allows very little options, and thus we're not able to shop for better pricing. Pricing has gotten so high, and you are limited to the amount of carriers that will actually insure in that area.
So what are you doing to help your clients solve that problem?
We have certain carriers that are offering options. So we kind of go through a progression of, we know who will write in certain areas, certain zip codes and certain fire lines. So we kind of just run down the list and see what options. And unfortunately, if there aren't options in that area, we end up with the California Fair Plan with two policies where you have your difference in conditions, which would cover you for your water, your theft, or your liability, whereas the California Fair Plan will only cover you for fire or explosion. So that is our last resort, but that is an option because often we have clients that go to that last resort.
Sometimes you get what the only thing that's available. That is your option. You take what you can get.
And we're happy to have the insurance.
What's something that homeowners should know about insurance but don't?
I get this question a lot because when you purchase insurance, you think, I'm buying homeowners insurance. It covers everything that has to do with the home. Well, when you get homeowners insurance, what the bank requires you to get is the coverage for the peril of fire, wind, hail, theft, and liability. So that is an essential comprehensive homeowners insurance policy. It does not cover you for flood, and it does not cover you for earthquake. Those are two additional policies that you can choose on your own and quite often are not included in escrow or can be included in your mortgage payment. That is the biggest.
What is a recommendation that you give to clients to help them best protect themselves and their home?
There are many homeowners out there that are underinsured. With inflation and not having an annual review of your policy, you are stuck in a policy that you may have had 5 years ago, and the cost to rebuild your home has skyrocketed. Not as in the value of the home, but the actual materials that you would need to build your home has gone up so high that if you had a fire down to the ground, you do not have enough insurance on your home to rebuild your home new. So my recommendation is to, one, always do an annual review, and two, look at your dwelling amount. And if you don't have that much faith in your current insurance agent or broker, I would contact a contractor and ask them the simple question of, for my home, what would you charge me per square foot to rebuild? That'll give you the equation that you can take your square footage, buy that cost per square foot, and that is what your dwelling should be. This is important because I know there's plenty of policies out there that are currently underinsured, and you would hate for something to happen where you don't have enough insurance to cover to rebuild your home.
What money saving tips can you offer to homeowners or new home buyers?
For new home buyers, this is key. When you're shopping for a home, always put into the equation the amount of the insurance. I know you may find somewhere in Topanga Canyon or in the hills that is beautiful, you fall in love with the home, and then you come to the table and realize, oh, I can't get insurance in this area. Or the insurance is going to be $10,000, and that can throw the whole deal off. I have lots of real estate agents that call me and say, hey, I have a client that's looking for a home in this area, or they looked at this home and it's something that they are in love with. Can you give me a quote on the insurance so that we can at least know what that bandwidth would be? So that's always a huge tip when you're shopping. Make sure you can get insurance for that home before you fall in love with it.
And I can speak to that on two different topics I want to introduce here. Number one is part of the purchase agreement. There is a timeline for making sure you can secure homeowners insurance. Even though lenders may not need to bind the policy until later in the contract, it is very important that you actually shop way before the lender actually needs it. The other point I will say is when lenders are qualifying buyers for a new mortgage, we use a standard factor for everyone. It's usually between 0.30 and 0.35% of the loan amount. But in cases where the property is located in a high fire zone or like a Topanga Canyon, that factor is going to be way, way too low. It can absolutely impact your loan qualification and whether you can get insurance at all. What are your top tips for homeowners when shopping for insurance?
The top tip is look for an advisor. Price, I understand price is hugely important to someone, but if you are purchasing something that isn't worth anything, the price doesn't matter at that point. Find an advisor, find an agent that you can trust, that you know is going to do the best for you. It may not be what you want to hear, and the price may not be exactly what you want, but you know that you are protected and you know that you have a good quality policy in place. When you're making these major life decisions on your health, on purchasing a home, or finding insurance, you want to make sure that you are in the hands of someone that you trust and is at the top of their industry. So you want to make sure that your real estate agent, your insurance agent, your financial advisor, your doctor know what they're doing. And that is the biggest tip I can give you for finding great insurance, is finding a great insurance agent that's going to take care of you.